Thank you, Lisa, for allowing me to ask you some selfish questions that I've been wondering as a CEO. And now I have this amazing opportunity to ask a fractional CFO. So here's here's the first question. What do you know about wealth now that you wish you knew 5 years ago?
Um, One, that it's different than being rich, and two, it's so much more than just having money. That being wealthy is living in on your terms, in your lifestyle on your terms, and being aligned with your values and your goals. So, I mean, it's more than just making the money, because you can go out and make it, but what are you doing with it? Who are you being with it, right? And that's where um, I wish I didn't. If I That's one thing I did not know or realize 5 years ago.
And did how do we get in touch with our values, like to even know what they are?
Turn inward, turn
Mm,
inside, and just look. I mean, just look. I mean, honestly, um, you know, we always talk about the things that we believe in and what we stand for, and those are that's where your basis of your core values are and your values are. So, just sit down and write them out and see where you stand for. And then is your business and how you're making the money, what you're doing with the money, how you're managing it, all those things, is it aligned? And I think the key thing is to be truthful about it. Um, when I started my business, I thought I knew what wealth was.
yeah.
And of course, I'd made the decision I wasn't doing it for to be rich or get make money. I was doing it if I was going to barely make ends meet. It was going to be on my terms. Then when the money started coming in, there was a whole different story, and that I ended up going down a huge rabbit hole. And in that process, I've elevated and up leveled and learned that being wealthy is just so much different than what most people say it is or
Mhm.
used to say it was. And in my view, it's knowing that it is a difference than being rich. You can be rich and still be miserable. To me, being wealthy again is living on your making the money on your terms. If that's working for somebody, great. How are you managing it? What are you doing with it? Who are you being with your money? If you're having your own business, again, how are you making the money? What are you doing with it? Is it aligned with what you stand for and your values? And if it's not, change it.
Thank you. Thanks, because I didn't even think of values
Mm.
adjacent to money, and apparently that's something really big.
Most people don't, right? I mean, I have people come to me all the time, and they're frustrated, and then when we look at it, we just make small tweaks. We make small tweaks to how they're managing the money, who they're being with it, what they're doing with it, so that it is aligned. And then they start feeling more energetic. They start feeling less stressed. And when you're feeling less stressed and you have more energy towards doing what you love to do, energetically you open everything up, right? And it shifts. Things shift.
Great point. So perhaps checking in with our money and values is something that could be done more than once, right?
I do it quarterly.
Nice.
And if I feel off, right? It's kind of like with someone when a business. Do you take every single person who contacts you as a client? You make sure they're an ideal client. Okay, well, that in a way, that's also the same as how are you dealing with your money, right? And so if that's out of alignment or if that's off, you need to, one, be truthful, recognize it, and then, okay, what do you do about it? Do you make the shift? Or when that, for example, some people say, okay, when their contract's up, I'm not renewing with them because it's not an ideal fit. Sometimes it's mutually agreed upon and just get out of the contract right then. It's checking in with your money and being honest with how what you're doing with it, who you're being with it, and how you're managing it. Is that aligned? And if the answer is no, okay, go a little bit deeper and say, okay, what needs to shift? What needs to be, what needs to change?
Sweet. Sweet. Can't thank you enough for this wealth wisdom that you're sharing with us today.
It's my pleasure.
Excellent. Thank you again.